Hi and welcome to my channel. So if you're somebody who is keen on the British media, then you would have seen the case of a UK nurse called Lucy Letby, who unfortunately has hurt quite a few, like innocent people, babies that she was there to protect, but instead of protecting these babies, she actually did harm to the kids. So the reason I'm doing this video is because as a nurse myself, this is something that I'm really concerned about. And I thought I have to do a video about this so that people who are not aware, we can see what lessons can we learn from this experience. If you're not aware, a case has been going on for a while. This is a public case, by the way. It's had a lot of media coverage, obviously in the UK, because of the gravity of the crimes that this nurse actually committed. And it's something of a national concern, let me put it that way. And there's been extensive analysis on nursing in the UK, nurses as professionals, nursing as a profession, and you have people who are like, hey, nurses are these. You've got the other people on the other side who are like, hey, not all nurses are like this. And so I felt the need to talk about my own position as a nurse practicing in the UK, most especially where all of this has happened. So if you're new to my channel, obviously you're welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, I appreciate your time. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button, because I'm all about bringing you the latest information in the UK as it happens, as it progresses, so that you're aware also as a professional, whether you're in the UK or not, but you know what to expect when you're working in the UK. It doesn't matter whether you're in nursing or not, but just the kind of etiquette and the kind of expectations that will be had from you as a professional in the UK. So this nurse worked in neonatal unit, so in intensive care for children. So she's a pediatric nurse. Well, was a pediatric nurse. She was sentenced yesterday, for all these cases and all these horrendous crimes that she's committed. But let me tell you, the most interesting thing that I find about this case is that the NMC put out a statement today. And when I was looking at the statement from the NMC, it said, oh, obviously they are saddened for the parents, which, yes, the amount of pain that these parents would have gone through, are still going through, will go through, is immense, and I cannot even begin to imagine. And I empathize with these parents, obviously. And the NMC said about, apparently this nurse was still on the NMC register, obviously not practicing but suspended. So the NMC was like, yes, they've seen the outcome from the case, and they're now going to go through the formal disciplinary proceedings and everything. And I was thinking, really, was she still on the register? To be honest with you, I was pretty shocked that this nurse was still on the register. But I think obviously the NMC in the UK, which is the Nursing and Midwifery Council, they probably are just trying to do the right thing by waiting for the outcome from the case and then deciding on what to do. But the NMC did make it very clear that she is going to be struck off, obviously, because with such crimes, there's no way she'll be practicing. But I was just shocked that she was still on the NMC register, even though obviously suspended while the investigation was going through. But I think for crimes like this, like, it's crazy. It's like the worst crime in British history, when it comes to a healthcare professional or somebody hurting babies or things like that, is just out of place. And I'm part of a WhatsApp group of, very senior nurses, and somebody there was saying that she's feeling really depressed. She doesn't feel like she should carry on as a nurse. She's feeling really like terrible, and she's watched the news recently, and the way nurses are being spoken about, she's kind of depressed about it, and this is now. And I was just thinking, look, as a nurse myself, yes, this nurse has done really terrible things. Her crime has been awful. Yes, nobody can condone any of what she's done. But actually, as a nurse personally, I do not see myself in this league of nurses, such as this nurse. I see myself as a nurse who is competent, as a nurse who does what she needs to do, because the rest of us shouldn't have to pay for a crime that a fellow nurse has done. And many people said that in the group. People were like, hey, you shouldn't have to feel this way, girl, because look, you are a competent nurse, you're doing what you should be doing. One nurse who has committed a crime shouldn't make the rest of us to be like, we're now some sort of zombies or things like that. No. Yes, we all condemn what this nurse has done, but this nurse has done what she has done as an individual. That's why when I was reading the messages in the group, I was like, look, I don't actually like see myself in this league. I don't see myself in this situation. Mistakes can happen, but this is not a mistake. This is not something that you can say, oh, this nurse made a mistake and no, it is not a mistake. These are things that are intentional. When I read the witnesses from the doctors as well, the consultants within the unit, and the fact that many people also raised concerns about this nurse, her practice, and everything that was going on within the unit. Obviously, many of the concerns apparently were completely ignored. Eventually, internal investigations were done, and apparently no wrongdoing was found. I'm not sure how that happened or what went on right there, but you can see that there's been failings. And these parents that are involved in this terrible crime is something that we cannot even imagine the pain that these parents must go through. And so we must empathize with the parents, with all the colleagues as well. It is a traumatic incident to have to go through. But what I'm trying to say is, for the rest of us nurses who are doing what we should be doing, we're there to care for our patients, we're supporting our patients as we should, we are doing our best that we can do. Like I say, mistakes can happen in practice, but nothing that somebody comes out in such a horrendous case to be so intentional about hurting poor innocent human beings that are helpless and that are in, it's just a terrific thing to happen. But I do emphasize that the rest of us who are doing our best as nurses should not be made to feel, I don't know, because our patients still need us ultimately. Nurses still have to get up and go to work and care for people. And from a patient perspective, I do understand the concerns that some patients may have from this experience, but also it's knowing that every nurse is not the same. 99.9% of nurses are there to support their patients and do what is best. Same like other healthcare professionals. Yes, you're going to have the odd person like this nurse who is going to have unacceptable behavior, who is going to go over the top and do things that are taboos, unacceptable, and absolutely should not even be free to walk about. But it does not represent nursing as a profession. It does not represent all of us as nurses. It does not represent healthcare. It does not represent the NHS. There are better examples of excellent care that we can use to talk about the NHS, to talk about our profession, to talk about healthcare, to talk about nursing. And yes, I know that these are the sorts of things that many people may not just follow, may not put interest in. But the truth about the matter is, the rest of us need to be proud of the care that we're delivering to our patients, and we need to continue to turn up, show up every day and do the best that we can do with our medical colleagues, non-medical colleagues, everybody, families, relatives. Just reassure our patients that actually every healthcare professional is not the same. This is not an example of healthcare professional. This is not a representative of us as healthcare professionals. Thank you for watching this video. Please do leave your thoughts in the comment section because I'm dying to know what you think about this case and watch this other video.